The stage had always been sacred to Mary. Under the bright glare of the spotlights, where every movement had to be perfect and every breath synchronized with music, she felt alive. Ballet was not just her art, it was her heartbeat. That evening, the theater buzzed with tension. The rehearsal had dragged on for hours, and Mary stood by the mirror, wiping the sweat from her forehead, when a soft voice broke through the noise. "Sorry, is this your spot?" She turned around and saw a young woman with gentle eyes and a shy smile. There was something so calm, so quietly beautiful about her presence that Mary forgot her exhaustion. "No, go ahead," she said. "I'm done anyway." The girl smiled, extending her hand. "I'm Inessa. Just joined the company today." That was how it all began. At first, they were just colleagues, two dancers chasing the same dream. Mary corrected Inessa's posture, taught her how to breathe with the music, how to make every movement tell a story. Inessa, in return, brought her coffee before rehearsals, left playful notes on the mirror, and laughed with a warmth that filled the cold rehearsal hall. But as the days passed, something began to change. The stage no longer belonged to the audience, it belonged to them. Their eyes searched for each other in every reflection, every spin, every pause. One night, after everyone had gone, only the faint piano notes echoed through the hall. Inessa stood by the mirror, her hair falling loose from the bun, her voice trembling. "Have you ever danced not for the audience but for one person?" Mary froze. Because she had. Every step, every pirouette, every heartbeat had been for her, for Inessa. She walked closer, gently brushing a strand of hair from Inessa's cheek. Their eyes met, and for a moment, time held its breath. And then, it happened. A kiss, soft and hesitant, like a secret shared between two souls. After that, nothing was the same. They stayed late after rehearsals, walked home together through empty streets, laughing under flickering streetlights. Inessa moved into Mary's apartment, just for a few weeks, but the weeks turned into months, and neither of them wanted it to end. Their small apartment smelled of coffee and fresh flowers. They argued about choreography, shared dreams over midnight tea, and fell asleep to the quiet hum of the city. But love in the world of ballet was dangerous. When whispers started spreading, everything they had built trembled. The director called Mary into his office, his voice cold. "Ballet has no place for personal drama." She didn't argue. She simply walked out, but her silence was a promise. On stage, their duet in Giselle became something transcendent. Every movement was alive with emotion. Every glance spoke of defiance and devotion. The audience stood in tears, but only they knew the truth. It wasn't a performance. It was a confession. Behind the curtains, Inessa sat on the floor, tears streaming down her face. "They want to separate us," she whispered. Mary knelt beside her and took her hand. "Let them try." They didn't hide anymore. Together, they faced the gossip, the judgment, the loneliness, and somehow, love made them stronger. Months later, they were offered to create a new performance in another city. It was a chance to start over. They accepted, without hesitation. The new beginning was hard but beautiful. They lived in a tiny apartment, choreographed late into the night, laughed until dawn. Inessa often said, "Sometimes I still can't believe this is real." Mary would smile, kiss her softly, and whisper, "Then close your eyes and remember how it feels." Their new show became a sensation. Two ballerinas dancing as one soul. The audience could feel the truth behind every step. Some cried, others stood in silence, unable to explain what they had witnessed. After their final curtain call, Mary and Inessa walked out into the cool night air. The city glowed, the music still lingering in their hearts. Inessa took Mary's hand and said quietly, "Thank you for not letting go." Mary smiled, "And I never will." They stood under the stars, the city humming softly around them. For the first time, there was no fear, no need to hide. Just love, raw, honest, and free. And as the night embraced them, they realized that their dance had finally become eternal, not because of fame or applause, but because it was real. Love had become their stage. And the world, for once, was their audience.